Good morning and welcome to another Partner Focus Day session. This morning, I'm very, very pleased to be joined by John Rogers from Bottomline, who I first met at our annual conference this year. Bottomline sponsored, headline sponsors this year at our conference, made a massive impact. And John absolutely loved the day. And we'll talk about more on that in a minute. But John, for those that don't know Bottomline, as if they exist even, but for those that don't know you, could you just give our members and our wider social media audience a bit of an understanding about what you do, how you do it, top level, if you wouldn't mind?
Sure. Good morning, Mike, and good morning, everyone. And so, simply put, Mike, Bottomline, help businesses pay and get paid. So we have a long heritage and I guess deep expertise in payments, and we've been at the forefront of business payment transformation for over 30 years. And I've been here for almost 25 of them, and whilst I can't take credit for all the success, I've enjoyed many great customer experiences over the years. So essentially, over that time, I guess you could say payments are in our DNA, but when we say the word payments, it's an all-encompassing term. And I think what we discovered at the recent conference and a couple of engagements after that, there's a lot of things that underpin that around security, integration, connectivity, transformation, transactions, and the financial and commercial message flows that are interconnected. And so what's all really linked to cash flow, which, as we know, is the lifeblood of any business. So we do some pretty interesting things.
Yeah, and I'm actually, I mean, they say every day is a school day. The more I get to know your solution, other partner solutions, the more I realise I have no idea how sophisticated these solutions can be. And I know your skill is in making it very easy for your customers. And with that, I had the pleasure of meeting a lot of your senior sales team, your sales director, and others. And the passion and the extent to which you go the extra mile for your customers is obvious to me from the outside, and I'm sure your customers would say the same. But in terms of your core capabilities, if you had to kind of nail it down to a couple of three pillars, or for those that maybe, like say, never dealt with you before, what would those be? Your core capabilities?
Sure. Well, firstly, I'm glad that shone through and that was apparent at the conference, and I think that was part of the energy and the sense of collaboration there between yourselves and ourselves. So, but look, I think you mentioned it. Bottomline make complex business payments simple, smart, and secure. So we kind of insulate our customers from the complexity and insulate our customers from change. But at the heart of that is the ability to pay and get paid and securely and efficiently. And I guess our mission now is to accelerate the digitization of business payments, just for all organizations, large and small. And I think we think we're shaping innovation, that brings the same transformation to business payments that consumer payments experience today. So making it more efficient, intuitive, and where appropriate, automated in terms of transactions. But we're excited to bring leading payment and collection expertise to our customers. We have the UK's most popular domestic payments and direct debit provider, and that's powered by our PTX platform. Over 11,000 corporate customers using that platform. I think 60% of domestic UK transactions flow through our solutions. So we're the leading business payments cloud platform, and that's just not just payments. That's powering the entire business payments and cash lifecycle across AP, AR, and cash management. Whether that's for cash obligation settlement, or trap liquidity release, or domestic and global payments, or full direct debit management. So the end-to-end business payments and cash lifecycle capability, but then that extends to our cash management platform, which allows us to provide interconnected views and provide customers with the visibility they need to make smarter decisions for the businesses. So it's really providing the end-to-end business payments and cash life cycle capabilities.
Well, sitting at the top of the industry, I'm gonna really bad, like dad joke coming up. Sitting at the top of the industry as you do, I had the dubious pleasure of joining you at the top of one of the largest buildings I've ever been in London recently, the Leadenhall building, affectionately known as the Cheese Grater, where one who suffers with vertigo, it was quite an experience for me with a glass lift on the outside of the building, 42 floors up. But again, coming back to you guys being at the top, I mean, I had to jump out the lift. I thought I was going to like fall down the gap between the lift and the. Yeah, I'm terrible, honestly. And for anybody who was at that event and suffered similarly, you have my deepest sympathy. But it was a fantastic day, and the thing that again really impressed me was the extent to which businesses are responding to the changing nature of the landscape within payments as well. We looked, I mean, Jamie was part of one of the panels along with yourselves and Capita UK Finance and the Payment Systems Regulator, and it was very interesting to learn about the new things that are coming and the new opportunities that businesses have to do things better, faster and cheaper in many instances with suppliers such as yourselves, who can actually understand how to execute those things in a way that's meaningful for business operations.
Yeah. Absolutely, and I think like yourself, I had to close my eyes going up in the elevator. But I'm not sure if I want to experience that again. But the event itself, I guess the gathering of payments professionals and industry leaders was a tremendous success. We were delighted to be able to facilitate that, and of course, to have Jamie there as well chairing it was fantastic, and in terms of what he could bring to the conversation. But I think what that did highlight is we live and breathe this stuff, and we find it exciting, interesting, and we are excited and champion the innovation and the opportunities ahead, and how it can kind of help organizations with be successful, grow, and be more efficient around how they pay and collect, and how they can monitor cash flow and keep on top of their operations. But I think what really struck me was the level of interest there, that and first of all the attendance. It was a packed event, and the conversation itself was I thought really interesting, and really spoke to not just some of the challenges and that some organizations have, but how we're addressing them, and how the industry is evolving at pace, and listening to customers, and listening to the challenges, and helping with things. For example, we spoke to new payments architecture, but and of course we're a member of the new payments architecture advisory board, but it's around protecting. So payments are the lifeblood of a business, and it's protecting that and making sure that payment gets to the intended destination, and that it gets there efficiently, and it gets there through the correct route in a compliant way, but also in a secure way. And so I thought that was a fantastic success.
Absolutely. And I mean, again, one of the perennial challenges for our community, for our AP members and those who run transactional finance and AR, accounts receivable, credit and collections. And we unpacked some of this at our House of Lords event in December, but most recently working with partners on the other side of the fence, if you will, at like the Audit to Cash Labs and the CICM. They report the same challenges. Fraud is becoming increasingly sophisticated. And if I guess to all the fraudsters out there, if you put as much effort into actually doing business that you do in trying to rip people off, you'd actually be very wealthy in your own right anyway. You'd all be running mega businesses, but they're very clever, very organized. And we've spoken to, fraud experts in the Met Police and West Mercia, and the stuff they're coming across. They run like businesses. They're very, very organized. And having solutions to protect businesses against risk of loss or fraud or all that goes with that is going to be massive, I think, this year. But we've got a lot coming up. I won't come on fraud because we're going to do another session on that. But very quickly before we sign off, obviously, we were really pleased to have you at the conference in October, and you're going to be joining us again for AP Appreciation Week, I understand.
Yes, absolutely. And so, yeah, so obviously we'd love to talk about, confirmation pay and how we're responding to that in terms of authorized push payment fraud. But we can address that in another session. But yes, after the success of, headline sponsor of the conference, we're very excited to collaborate more with yourselves, and looking forward to the AP week, which is coming up shortly. But I think for us, it's really been learning from the community and how important this is to that community, and how we can help. And I think the takeaway is, the financial health of business doesn't sit in just one team or silo. And I think it's, we all contribute to that in terms of the success or otherwise. So looking forward to the upcoming collaboration and events throughout the year, and looking forward to seeing you again in person, Mike.
Yeah, no, we're definitely looking forward. Obviously, big thanks to your team, Chris, Julie, everyone who sits behind your organisation, including everyone in marketing and sales. It's not a one-man operation. You're a massive company and you do it very well. Obviously, big plug, obviously coming up in May, Bottomline, thank you for your support. You're going to be sponsoring both AP Week and the AP and P2P forum event in Manchester as headline sponsors. So, yeah, massive thanks. We can't do it without you. But I think we're going to sign off there. Thank you very much, John. Have a great day.
Pleasure. Thank you, Mike. All the best.
Cheers. Bye.
Cheers. Jeepers, that went quick.